So, lads, this is a signing that is very interesting. Very, very interesting in the WNBA. And this is one of those ones where I don't think, I don't think people are realizing how. I know it's not that big of an issue or a big of a thing by itself. It is a new signing for the Lynx. They have signed Maria Kliendikova, formerly Maria Vadiva, who was obviously an exceptional young player at one stage in the WNBA. Like, a real good player. Like, the best player on the Russian national team. She was the best player in the Russian league this year. And she's somebody that put up stupid numbers early in her WNBA career. And then, obviously, look, never came over during COVID. And then the whole Russia-Ukraine thing and started happening. So she's definitely not going to Eurobasket. That's for sure. She's definitely not going to Eurobasket because Russia aren't allowed to play in Eurobasket. And look, I'm not going to talk about that, but a little bit of explanations why she hasn't been in the WNBA. This is a player who points per minute averaged a silly amount. Her per 36 numbers when she played in the WNBA at like 20 years old. Like, at 20 years old, if you look at the stats that she was putting up in the WNBA, when the last time she was there, she was 20. And she was playing 12 minutes per game and putting up 8 points. She was putting up 8 points in 12 minutes per game. So what's it? 12.0 minutes per game, 7.8. I need to just see what her per 36 points per game were at this stage. And this is a 20. This is a 20. This is like 2 years too young to even, a year too young to even be in the league. To even be in the league in 2019. And by the way, she started off this season at 19. Was she 19? Oh, sorry. She was 21 at one stage during the season. So she was 20. So what's it? 12 divided, or 7.8. 7.8 divided by 12 by 36. She averaged 23 points per 36. Her numbers were 23.4 points per game on pretty decent three-point shooting for a big, who's a 6'4" big, and 52% from two, which is not great, not terrible, and 4 rebounds per game. Again, what's that like? 4 rebounds per game, essentially multiplied by 3. Multiplied by 3, 12. 23 and 12 per 36. And this was at 20 years old, by the way. Is it 20 years old, the number she averaged? She's 6'4", averaged again for the Russian national team in Eurobasket. The last Eurobasket, she averaged 18.5 points. And before Russia were kicked out of everything, she averaged 14.5 points. In the Russian league this year, she averaged 11.3 points per game, was the playoff MVP. And again, look, this is a league where she was playing on the same team as Kosu, playing on the same team as quite a few players. And not an ideal stat line. Sorry about the black screen, unfortunately. I'm getting a new computer soon enough. But this is somebody who kind of has the ability to kind of score from anywhere. So if you watch her play, this is her playing at 20 years old against the Aces. So there's Aja Wilson, there's Kayla McBride, Aja Wilson on her. Nice and easy mid-range shot here. She's in there in the paint, easy block coming over weak side. Gets the ball in the high post, just shoots it over Aja Wilson. Gets easy post position on somebody, I don't know. She's guarding in the post, easy block there off the stand, just using her length. She's kind of forcing her way in on Kayla McBride right there, good footwork. And again, this is her at 20 years old. Sizing up Aja Wilson on the perimeter, shooting a hook shot in Aja's face. And again, this is her playing with Bo Ogwumike sisters and Chelsea Gray. Getting it on the wing, Aja Wilson closes out soft, 3-point shot. Attacks in on Aja again, bucket. 3-point shot, steps in, long 2 actually. Comes for the pick and pop, the ball's out there on the wing. Easy 3-point shot for her. And look, she's not a bad defender. She doesn't seem to be too bad. And look, this is a really interesting pickup for the Lynx. It is a huge upgrade on Elisa Peely, not an upgrade on Jess Shepard. So I think she's going to be there to play 7 or 8 minutes a game. She's there to play the Juhas role. Like, Jess Shepherd's replacing Hines Allen from last year. She's there to replace Dorka Juhas. So this is, like, a player who very much has this ability, will have an ability to change quite a lot in the fortunes of the Lynx. Again, do I think she'll do it? Probably not. Do I think she will, like, definitely change a whole bunch of things for the Minnesota Lynx? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. It is, like, it is something. But when we're looking at this, Emma Masonman's not coming now. Like, that matters. That matters. When Emma Masonman is not coming over for the Lynx anyway, it does change quite a lot. It genuinely does change quite a lot, because you're now looking at a situation where the Liberty are the only team that can simultaneously go and, like they're the only team that can get Emma Masonman. They can simultaneously compete and pay her. Like, but yeah, it's just a weird situation when you look at the league, because the Liberty can freaking bring Emma Masonman over. It looks like she's going to go to the Liberty. And it looks like they're taking a good player, an upgrade over Lisa Peely. Like, and the rich get richer, I guess. And also, like, this is a 6'4" pick and pop big who's aggressive, who isn't playing in Eurobasket. Why did we sign Bree Turner, who has WNBA experience and was also pretty good? Like, was pretty good in the WNBA as a young player. Like, why? Would they been so angry with the fan base? Would the fan base have gone crazy if they signed a Russian person? I don't know at this stage. Let's do the research. WNBA Twitter GMs called it. How much more help do they need? They signed a big, which means Shep is definitely leaving soon. And even if, like, ironic, she signed for the rest of the season, there is a possibility that, like, genuinely, there is a possibility that Jess Shepherd is gone playing Eurobasket with Slovenia, and then she's there to replace Jess Shepherd. And she's still 100 times better than Lisa Peely in that regard. And either way, like, Jess Shepherd's gone, Shepherd will be back. They're not dumb enough to get rid of Jess Shepherd. They're really not dumb enough to get rid of her. So it is the rich get freaking richer. The rich get richer. These teams that are smart, these teams are actually smart about what they're doing. Like, they're in a situation where, cool, we're about to lose Jess Shepherd. That's fine. We're going to cut Badian because she's on non-guaranteed money. She's going to Eurobasket. It's an excuse. We're going to bring in another player who might be better than Badian, who's played more in the WNBA. We can bring in another player instead of Badian. And it means that when Shepherd leaves, we're good. If we want to, we can probably sign a hardship contract player if needed to cover her if there's injuries. And we just replace like for like. Because there's no duds on the Minnesota Lynx, except for maybe Elisa Peely. And that's a maybe, because Elisa Peely does shoot the ball well. She shoots the ball extremely well. But that's the closest thing to a dud on that team. Like, a not super effective player on the Lynx. That's the closest thing. And Elisa Peely, like, might be as effective as a freaking starting power forward for the Fever, if we're being honest. Like, the Fever have, like, 2 duds on their team. Like, Coulson is a 5-minute-a-game player, but, like, Bree Turner's just a dud. And they won't play Michaela Timpson. So, in fairness, the Lynx have Anastasia Kosu, who's in the same boat as Michaela Timpson. I just think the fact that the Fever went out with 11 players, and one of them just not very good in Bree Turner, and now the Fever get an injury, they have to get hardship contract players. They can't keep the hardship contract players without cutting somebody, and it seems like they're so scared to cut Bree Turner for I don't know what reason. There's no reason to not cut Bree Turner. Whereas the Lynx, who are a better round franchise at least, are willing to go and cut players. They're willing to bring players in and get rid of them. The Liberty are doing the smartest thing. They've half of freaking Europe. They have the rights to half of Europe. And then as soon as players become unaffordable, they'll let them leave And they'll just go and replace them with a Maureen Johannes in like a year or two when she ends up kind of outworking her minimum contract. When she eventually plays her 4 years. Maureen Johannes is probably going to be like, oh, let me go play somewhere else for more money. And Links are like, cool, we're going to take Maureen Fauteux, who's starting point guard for France, who's even better than Maureen Johannes. You're coming in on a rookie deal. Oh, you know, we're struggling a little bit for bigs. Okay, Hanju. Yeah, we're going to come back. 6'9", best player in China. Super size, good touch, mobile, like really good backup big in the WNBA. Niara Sabli level. Similar level to Niara Sabli. If they can't afford to keep Niara after her 4th year this year, they can't afford to keep her. Cool, Niara's gone. Hanju, you're coming in. Like, it is scary. It is scary how the difference between the well-run franchises and long-term visions, the well-run franchises long-term, like the Liberty since Joe Tsai took over, have been ran to perfection. The Aces just go full-on Tom Brady. I don't care about the rules. We're going to break all the rules. They don't care. The Liberty don't care. Or sorry, the Aces don't care. They're just going to break every rule. The Minnesota Lynx have 4 championships under Cheryl Reeve. They have 4 championships since 2011. And 4 championships in the last 15 years. Should have 5. They got robbed last year. And they rebuild so quickly. They draft well. They develop well. They scout well overseas. Cheryl Reeve is all over Europe, looking at players, talking to players. Whereas the Fever GM, it's clear. They came in, they wanted to try quick fix a championship, so they signed the biggest names possible. They didn't think about fit. They didn't think about anything other than signing the biggest names. And it just is, it's just a weird old situation. But anyway, that's the video. I'll see you guys. And again, apologies about the black screen. See you guys.